Welcome back. Good Day, Columbia. A little sports talk here this morning. Good Day with Pastor Payne, Corey Miller. We're talking the women's basketball team, Carolina, in Seattle.
In Seattle for round number 2, they got the first win, Janet Parker, over Cal State Northridge. A sloppy win, but a win nonetheless. We heard from Dawn Staley. She talked about they did what number 1 teams do. They win the ball game. She talked about her team. They win ugly. I'd rather have an ugly win than a pretty loss. So here's the thing tonight. I think a day off, another day of practice, gets this team ready and gets them ready to roll. And I think now you'll see them tonight at 9:40 here locally in their groove.
Right.
And they'll be better, more crisp, more, they'll do things better. And let's give Cal State Northridge a lot of credit. Their point guards, Janet,
they brought
gave
it.
South Carolina some trouble.
They did. They were all over the court. They were bringing it. Now, Corey, you've traveled, different climates, different time change. How does that play a factor? I mean, these girls are over there. They're out west. They're not used to this. I mean, it's got to play a toll on you when you're up all these hours.
No doubt about it. I remember when we traveled to the West Coast to play a game, we left on a Friday instead of a Saturday just so we can get acclimated to the time change. And, they flew out there. It's 3 hours difference. The weather is gloomy, it's cloudy, it's Seattle, it rains. I mean, a lot of things can go into play there. You got to get off the plane and go practice, and so it can be tough. So to have that quick turnaround and play a basketball game or any sporting event when you come from the East Coast, traveling to the West, it's a big change.
And
no doubt about it.
We knew when they got that, location that it wasn't the best for the Gamecocks, obviously coming from the East. So do you think that may be the reason why they played kind of sloppy against Cal State?
I think so. I think it has something to do with it. But again, I go back to the point guard play. Dawn Staley talked about the 3 guards that Cal State Northridge had was going to give them some issues. Now, South Carolina, they play a certain style of basketball. They're going to get after you. They like the transition basketball. They want to get up and down the court. Then they bring in Elaine. She gets in there and she mixes things up in the paint. So, they got a good balance. And I think this is what they do. They know who they are. You have to know who you are in any game, and especially in the NCAA tournament. You can't get away from what you do.
Right.
They're not a pretty basketball team. They're not going to be pretty all the time. I'm not saying like the girls.
No, I know. I know. They come to play. They bring it. They're
going to come to play, and they're tough, and they take – every great team takes on a persona of their basketball coach. And if you look at who Dawn Staley is and her career, tough, grind it out, competitive. She's going to come after you, so you knock her back, she comes right back. So that's this basketball team, and I think it's a good sign. But the question I posted, and we talked about, Janet, is
do they have what it takes?
Could
they win the championship?
And I think they can. I mean, it's a tough road. I mean, they're going to have to go through Stanford, Palo Alto, play those teams that knocked them out a couple years back. So, I mean, so it's going to be tough. Women's basketball not getting a lot of credit, but when you look at the brackets, we focus on the men's bracket.
Right.
There's some tough talent in there.
Yeah, in the ladies' league, if you will, in the women's section.
Yeah.
I definitely think so. I think Carolina is showing what they're really made of.
Right.
I really do.
And I think for the fans, what's going to be a fail for you? Because this team, Sweet 16 before, is it the Elite Eight? Is it the Final Four? Where do you feel like this team needs to go for you to be satisfied with the season?
With what they've done.
And I think for most people that I talked to said that they need to get to the Final Four.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully Coach Staley can take the girls there. Derek Phillips out in Seattle. He'll be bringing you the very latest. And we're talking to Masters, Corey.
Just around the corner, Janet Parker, April the 10th through the 13th, down in Augusta. And the big question right now surrounding the Masters is, will Tiger Woods be available? Of course, he checked out of the Arnold Palmer Classic last week due to back spasms, a couple weeks ago, I should say. And now the question is, will he be able to play in Augusta? He was doing a press conference I watched yesterday live, and he said he's getting treatment, but he's not sure. And he says, I'm a little bit frustrated based on the situation with his back. Now, I talked to a guy that's really close to Tiger Woods, and he told me he thought that because Tiger's been lifting a whole lot of weights, that his back was giving him problems. Now, I don't know that for sure, but this guy really, really close to Tiger Woods and knows it very well, so that could be the issue.
An indication.
Yeah.
Now, say he doesn't show up for the Masters. What does that mean? I mean, that would be a real game changer.
Well, I think Tiger Woods has changed golf. I mean, say what you want to, like him or not. This guy, when he is playing and he's in the field, he's playing on the weekend. Tiger Woods brings people to the course. I mean, they got the red and black on Sunday. People want to see Tiger Woods' name on the leaderboard coming into the weekend, regardless of what tournament it is. And if he isn't there, I mean, it is the Masters. I mean, it's going to have
it's gonna have the elites.
appeal.
They're all
But
there.
the thing is, if Tiger Woods is not there, I think it hurts a little bit from people that's going to watch. I think it hurts from people that may go, especially on the weekend,
Right.
to see if
Just
he's.
to see if he'll
Yeah, I
show
mean,
up,
because
be there.
people. I went last year for the first time.
Wow. How was that
It was
experience?
amazing. When I walked through the gates, it was like, whoa. I mean,
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm at the Masters.
that rap song, like, whoa. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa. But, for me, I got a lot of good friends on tour.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll still go. But I would love to see Tiger Woods be in the field.
In the action.
Yeah.
Do you think he can win it all again? Do you think he can have it?
I'm worried about his back. I mean, because the Honda Classic, he pulled out. Then he said, came back, Arnold's tournament. He said, I'm good to go. And he went out there and he pulled out. So, really, what's going on with Tiger Woods' back? And the question remains, he's now 38 years old.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
How does age come into play? Because he's been at this game for a while.
He's 4 away from all time for the all-time majors record. So he's at 14.
Right.
Can he get to 18? And a lot of people said, no, there's no way he's not going to win another major
Wow.
tournament. Now, here's my thing. He was the player of the year last year in golf. I mean, come on, folks. The player of the
can
year.
get
So he
there.
still got some game. But can he win the big one? And that's the thing.
That's the question.
And I say maybe because we've seen guys get into their 40s that have won major titles.
Yeah.
So, yes, because he has the game to do it. The question is, will his health be there for him to do it?
How much of this game is mental for Tiger Woods? I mean, especially
know
with
about that
him
mental
fighting this injury. I mean, is he going to have to battle this mentally before he gets out there if he comes back?
Tiger was, we used to call him the toughest mental athlete, period. Not just golf. I mean, this guy was tough mentally. And the old Tiger Woods, before all the stuff, I would say yes. But
Gotcha.
right now,
Before all the stuff.
But
Did you
all
hear
the
that?
stuff,
Before
the
all the
7-iron by the ex-wife and all that good stuff.
Gotten to him. It has to get to him, though,
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, we all are human beings, so we can be affected emotionally. Who knows? As kids, he got to balance that now. So a lot of things are going on with Tiger Woods mentally. I just don't know if he has that killer drive, that instinct.
That he used to have.
A golfer told me last week, he said, once you get married and the kids, things change.
Oh, yeah.
The game changed because, you got other responsibilities.
What's important
that it takes away.
changes, too.
Yeah. And
When the game is all you got,
they want to be with family. They want to be with their kids. They want to see them grow. So, their mind, so I don't know. I'm going to say, because I love Tiger Woods, the golfer, the athlete, I'm going to say yes, he ties or breaks the major record. But
Wow.
who knows with that back? I got a bad back. Had to retire from neck and back. It hurts.
Are you telling Tiger Woods to sit it out, Corey?
No, I'm not telling Tiger Woods to sit. Tiger Woods, you better be in Augusta.
You better be there.
I'm coming down to Orlando where you live and find you.
Oh, my. Sports
Yeah.
Talk with Pastor Payne Corey Miller, folks. He's got his 5 and Out coming up. Stay with us. You better be there.